White House hails positive jobs report. This comes to us from Daily Signal. George Caldwell reporting. Jobs report came out. It depends upon who you're asking. If you're asking CNN, it was by golly the worst darn jobs report that's ever been in the history of jobs reports. And the economy is tanking, and everybody hates Trump, and they all hate Doge, and they're all you silly people are regretting your vote right now, aren't you? They're trying to manufacture a narrative that just doesn't exist. But according to this article, let's see. Trump administration celebrated its first monthly jobs report Friday with the Bureau of Labor Statistics announcing the addition of more than 151,000 new jobs in February. In 1 month under President Trump, the American economy is soaring back to greatness after the economic calamity left by Joe Biden, and according to Karoline Leavitt, White House press secretary. The manufacturing industry is already rebounding as there were 9,000 new auto jobs created, the most auto jobs added in 15 months. Under President Trump, the private sector is leading the way. 93% of the job gains in February were in the private sector. This is great news for the American people and American families. Let's go ahead and let's just play this video of President Trump.
During the last year, the Biden administration saw a loss of more than 110,000 manufacturing jobs, or 9,000 manufacturing jobs every single month. It averaged about 9,000 a month, 110,000 manufacturing jobs. During the first full month in office, we've not only stopped that manufacturing collapse, but we've begun to rapidly reverse it and get major gains. We created 10,000 manufacturing jobs in February alone. That hasn't happened in a long time. And these aren't government jobs, which actually we cut. These are private sector manufacturing jobs. So we gained all of those jobs, 10,000 jobs, and we barely started yet. That's a very unusual number. People are surprised by it. I'm even a little surprised. On auto jobs, we created almost 9,000 new jobs in the auto production field. And the reason for that is largely they think things are happening, so they're already geared up. In some cases, they had rooms in their plants, or they had empty plants that they were able to put into use quickly because they see, because of the tariffs, they don't want to be dealing with other places, and they don't want to go back and forth and around and through the borders and across Mexico border and Canada border and all that. They want to have the jobs in one location. And they've had space, and if they had space, they were able to create the jobs almost immediately. In some cases, they'll be building plants to take care of those jobs. So we created 9,000 new jobs already in the auto production, auto parts manufacturing. So we want the auto parts ideally, and I think from a simplicity standpoint too, to be built and made in the United States. It's in a single month. That all took place in a single month, 9,000 new auto jobs. You haven't heard that in a long time.
You know, it really is a very good point that he made there. This is an opportunity. He didn't actually make the point, but he was starting to make the point, and I'm going to finish that point for him. This is a tremendous opportunity for the private sector to get a hold of a whole lot of, oftentimes, not all of them, but oftentimes very qualified people, as people are being released from their government jobs. It's also an opportunity for those people to get into the private sector and have a possibly greater opportunity. I don't want to speak for anybody or say, because if I say there's greater opportunity in the private sector, you're going to find somebody who's going to say, well, I had this and that and this, and then I lost it and I had to go, now I'm working as a blah, 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 and not getting paid as much and benefits and whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be good and bad. We're going to go through rocky times. This, to me, the most telling part about this jobs report is the fact that it wasn't awful. Call me a pessimist. I was expecting it to be very bad based upon the loss of, obviously, the federal jobs, but also because of the potential for tariffs. I just wasn't sure that enough people would be hiring, and apparently they were. They have been hiring because they are feeling the increased optimism, the increased confidence in the future of the U.S. economy. Back to the article. The president's remarks echo those of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who spoke at the Economic Club of New York on Thursday of a shift from a public sector economy to a private sector one. He says, when you think about 25% of the GDP flowing through the DC's 202 area code, everybody's trying to skim a portion of it, trying to reallocate it. This has been a government-driven economy. You want to make this a private sector-driven economy. Amen to that. We want to, as I understand it, disempower the public federal bureaucracy and re-empower the kind of risk-taking and investment that goes along with private sector advances. And of course, President Trump had noted the advances in the automotive industry. This is something that has been, I have many friends in the automotive industry, and they if they were Democrats before, they shifted sides during the Biden years, because they quickly learned that U.S. manufacturing, especially in the automotive industry, is challenging when you have somebody like Joe Biden in office. When you had, at the time, in the first 2 years of the administration, you had Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House and Chuck Schumer as Senate Majority Leader. Things have obviously changed, and so has the automotive industry, and so has the sentiment within the automotive industry. This has been and should continue to be the backbone of American manufacturing. There are many things that we can and should be creating here, but the automotive industry is the one that we should not just be creating, we should be absolutely leading the entire world. We're not, but we can be. Again, continued economic numbers like these and watch them get even better as Trump's economic policies percolate, so to speak, and we should have a booming economy, and we should be able to make America prosperous again. Is cryptocurrency a safe investment to back your wealth or your retirement or your life's savings? The answer to that question is I have no idea. And I know that my sponsors probably just had a heart attack when I said that, but it's true. And here's the thing. Anybody who says that they know for sure whether cryptocurrencies are a good investment for this or that or the other, they're probably selling you something. One of the reasons that I personally like to work with Block Trust, the reason that I tell people to go to jdrcrypto.com so they can also consider working with Block Trust, is because they're straightforward, they're honest, but perhaps most importantly, they know what they don't know. That's why they rely on artificial intelligence-driven data to help them make decisions on your behalf. With their managed accounts, they can get you into crypto and have you trading like an expert without you actually having to become a crypto expert. They make moves. They try to determine, okay, is Bitcoin going to go up? Is it going to go down? Artificial intelligence tells us it's probably going to go down. Let's go ahead and pull everybody out of crypto, put them in cash for a while, and then once it hits a certain mark, then we'll put them right back in. We'll try to advance their portfolio, whether it's an IRA or 401k or, again, cash. They're extraordinarily easy to work with. Go to jdrcrypto.com to learn more. See what they say. This is a very patriotic company, a very bullish company when it comes to crypto for obvious reasons. But I want to be clear. Just like me, they were very skeptical about even getting into the industry prior to President Trump's election. Once President Trump was elected, it made sense. They worked with partners who've been in the crypto industry for years, platforms that have been used in the past by hedge funds. Now they are open to the public, and it is, again, because President Trump won. This has changed the game for cryptocurrency, and it is allowing Americans, of whether you're a crypto expert or a crypto novice or anywhere in between, this brave new world that we're experiencing in cryptocurrency can be most easily navigated by working with Block Trust. Go to jdrcrypto.com, see what they can do with your retirement, your cash, whatever. It's easy. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not telling you, go buy crypto, go buy gold, go buy chickens. Actually, on that last one, it probably would be a good idea to go buy chickens.